All right, everybody. Welcome back. We're back at it. This sure is one long game, man. I never realized how long these Final Fantasy games are. Not at least not until I started streaming them. But I gotta say, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe it was because of my previous experience with Final Fantasy VII, but I felt way more interested and engaged with what the hell was going on. But I think that's because I kind of knew what was supposed to come next. And I wanted to see if they changed it. I wanted to see how they approached it. I mean, that game I was playing. There were a couple nights where I just straight up played 8 hours. Just played overnight. But I suppose I wasn't doing commentary back then when I did that. And I played it for a second time. That was that was not as fun as the first time, but that's, I guess, to be expected. But, enough rambling. Let's get started. So after a week of no streaming, we are back with Final Fantasy 16. Let's see what we got to do. Let's see, we got some new stuff. Oh, of course, makes sense. Nebula. I left myself with all these side quests, so I guess we better get started on that. But let's also get rid of all these little bubbles.
Allow me to educate
We
you.
don't really need to do that, but the OCD in me, the minor OCD. Wants to get that all nice and clean. I guess we got a new one too. The pack. Just a C type, a C mob. Okay, so that's everything over here. Looks like we have quite a bit of side quests. I'm kind of surprised.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
What else? No new items, apparently. This is pretty much just the refight. Nice little flashbang there. Second one for good measure. Alright, side quest there. What do we get? Like a new... I guess we got a new letter, apparently. Let's see who this is from. Oh, another side quest. Wonderful. A humble request. Let's see. Master Clive, I apologize for this sudden untoward gesture. Circumstances have forced me to seek immediate aid, and there is none other to whom I may turn. Your most esteemed Lord Uncle has presented me with a task most vexing, and I fear I'm wholly unable to perform to his vaulted expectations, namely due to the marked lack of martial aptitude on my part. To wit, I am but a manservant, not a mercenary. While I maintain the fitness ample to attend to the needs of a manor, to the attending of bandits in back alleys, I am sorely ill-equipped. If it pleases you, my lord, prithee come and see me at Martha's Rest, while I shall proceed to explain my predicament in full. Man, that's kind of crazy. Almost seems like he wants him to get killed.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant?
I guess
Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
I guess his uncle wants him dead. Why else would he suggest something like that to him? Like usual, we will accept all the quests before we leave. We got 3 more. And then we'll, if we can, try to do them all before we come back. Maybe we'll get lucky and some of them are in the same area. Goats. An eye for an eye.
Is everything alright, Goots?
No goots.
You seem more discomposed than usual.
Welcome to the stream minutes. Man, bright and early too, yep.
Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble and she's...
It's alright. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, said he'd heard some rotten rumors about her down Dallimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Is it just me, or is it weird when... I mean, I don't know, I'm sure other games do it, but I just thought about it right now. When they give you an option, like dialogue-wise, and then Clive doesn't say what you picked, he kind of just like picks his own thing for some reason. Oh, is that part of the quest? Oh yeah, it is. Let's accept all these other things first.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew?
My sword?
Right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Well, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
You really wish this game was nominated for Game of the Year? I feel you. I definitely would have put it on there. I don't know what I would take out. I haven't actually played almost, I mean, let's see, I'm looking at the list right now. I think I've only played Tears of the Kingdom on that list, and I didn't even finish it yet. But part of me thinks Baldur's Gate 3 is going to take it. I definitely do want to play that game at some point. I've never played any Baldur's Gate game before. Or any game that's like kind of more closely related to Dungeons and Dragons, you know, with the role aspect
Sid,
and all that.
Perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I think it's like an isometric
Certainly
game.
try. Who's gone missing
I haven't
this
played
time?
any of those either.
It's not who,
A lot of
but
firsts.
what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
We should get rid of cars and drive around giant little Debbie Christmas tree canes. Right, Christmas tree canes like peppermint. What about if you're allergic to peppermint? Wouldn't mind riding around on a broom, though. I'd take the broom. Hell, I guess any method of flying I'd probably take. So let's start some of these quests here.
Horseman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
You playing D&D online? I didn't even know there was a D&D online.
Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sambrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
The only games I've ever played online were, back in the day I played WoW, and then currently I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. I'm assuming you mean online. You mean like MMORPGs. Now let's talk to her. Start this quest or continue this
Karen.
quest.
How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade, then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just asking. Out of
Out of-
interest.
That's supposed to be a potato.
All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalamil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
You've never played any of the nominations? I do want to get around to playing all of them, really, except for Spider-Man. I'm not really a superhero person. I have like no interest to play it. Didn't play the first one. Didn't play. I'm not gonna play the second one. Really don't care. I definitely want to get the Super Mario Wonder Let's see here. What's the list here?
I
We
spoke
did
with Lady
Tears.
Karen,
Definitely want to
What
do
did she say?
Wonder. Baldur's
but the
Gate 3 I
rumors
want to
were
get to.
unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking
Alan
they might
Wake 2
hold
is a
any truth,
special. It's a
along with
weird
some other
one for
things
me
that
since
make
I
the
didn't play the
feelings clear.
first one.
And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
The chat's coming in all weird for me. I just reset it, so let me know if it's still having issues. Yeah, I mean, with Alan Wake 2, I didn't play the first one. I actually didn't even know what the game's about. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's made by Remedy. The same people who make Control. And that game was like... I didn't finish it. I want to get back to it at some point, but that was like... a super strange game. I was like so invested in that story. I don't know why I put it down. I didn't really have a reason. Maybe something came up and then I kind of just forgot about it, which is kind of bad for that kind of game for me because the thing, I mean, the gameplay is good, but the story was really the thing that was grabbing me. And I got pretty far in the game, so like getting to that point again would be kind of a struggle
What do
since
you
I know
reckon
it's
we should
coming.
do? I say we should just tell Michelle.
Oh, looks like they took it.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja near.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Oh, you know what? I think I know what the issue is. Not sure if, I think something might be picking... I have something in the background going on right now that might be, getting picked up by the mic that I don't usually have on when I'm streaming. It's like a little mini game I gotta fix. Let's see if
All right.
if this fixes it.
Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others.
Nope.
If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
Oh man, wasn't paying attention. Okay, I think that fixed it. Hopefully that wasn't too disturbing. I pretty much have a NAS kind of nearby that I was messing with earlier, and I guess I didn't turn it off. Didn't really think about it. Man, I don't even know what I'm doing now. I guess the arm.
This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
Oh, you were talking about there's something off about my chat. I had something going on in the background that was making some noise, pretty much some noisy hard drives. I think that's what the problem was. It seemed like that was being picked up on the mic. Other than that, everything seems to be
These
working
round
fine.
parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
The gear.
This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Middledale's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
What about the gear?
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
For a minute, I was super confused how he was going
That's
to put
right.
that together.
We're Miss Middledale's
I didn't
hairs.
realize that wooden thing there
hairs.
would be part of
Yeah,
it. You know, it's
hairs for
kind
the
of
future.
obvious.
She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Middledale and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
What gear? What game are you playing? Minutes?
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
I don't think it's part of that. You don't understand where the game is going, and you're talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think that might be a requirement for a game like that. not I don't know too much about it, but I think I've seen some clips of the anime online, and that show just seems super bizarre. So I'm not surprised. Oh, we forgot a side quest over there. Great. Now we got to go all the way back just to get it. A different plot from the main series. Yeah, I've been meaning to start that series. It seems like a good time. Just haven't gotten around to it. You know, there was I think what, like last year or something, or maybe at the beginning of this year, there was like a new One Piece game that came out, and I was like so interested. I was like, oh, I'm gonna play this as soon as it comes out, because I'm a huge fan of the series. And then coming to find out it's an RPG, and I'm just like, ugh. I'm like, too many RPGs that I've started at the moment. There's no way I can start another one. So.
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Oh, this is just the finishing part of the quest.
Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Oh, they're on part 6. I'm assuming you're talking about JoJo. Parts 7 through 9 haven't been animated. Yeah, One Piece Odyssey is what I was talking about. Looks pretty cool. I think it's an original story. So it'd be fun. I was actually looking into it, and there's quite a few One Piece games. What's this? Oh. Just a letter. You're on the Arlong arc in One Piece. Damn. I'm not even joking, but isn't that like 1% of like all the episodes? I think that's like episode what? Somewhere between 10 and 20. I just watched episode 1084 yesterday. Or no, 2 days ago. Oh, we can't go anywhere. Right. Oh well. That means we're in really no danger of losing these side quests. And I think once we go to the main area and see the cutscene, we can go and do the side quest after that. So Arlong is episode somewhere between 31 and 49. Oh, so you're like 2% done with all the episodes. There's so many episodes, man. Good thing about it, though, is there's not that many fillers. At least compared, I don't think there's really that many. Okay, so I guess since we can't go anywhere, let's go here for now. Yeah, there's a ton of One Piece games, way more than I realized. I have not been a One Piece fan for a long time. Definitely not since it came out. Probably been a couple of years at this point, though. Yo, welcome to the stream, Blender. Nice to have you here.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I wonder if we can actually teleport now to other places. Yeah, we sure can. Oh, one of the side quests is here. Let's do the other ones. Martha's Rest. Whoa, two people in the stream. What are the chances they know each other or they recognize each other? Small world, man. That's very nice, Blender. It's lovely to see you as well. Wait a minute. Is it in here? Maybe it's upstairs.
My lord
right,
Marcus,
dude.
is that... It is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
It's all good, Blender.
I am here at Martha's
I feel you
Rest
on that
at
bad
the
internet.
behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas, I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
It sounds like it's going to be
That doesn't exactly
very
narrow it down.
involved.
I suppose I'll start in Dalamil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
Okay, let's get to it, I suppose. Let's see, not to be outdone. This one is search for Ruther. Oh, that's interesting. That's where Rutherford's dude is. There's 3 there. Let's do this one since it's the singular one.
But there were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Does the name Cheese ring a bell behind Are you Cheese? Did you change your name to something unrelated to cheese so I don't recognize you? I guess your name does have Blender in the name. Somewhat related. Though I don't think you'd use a blender with cheese. Oh, man, I shouldn't have gone this way. Can I get out this way? No, I didn't realize I could jump. What a pathetic jump. Have I not known that?
You heard the Herald. The Emperor's dead and the Empire...
Yeah! Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers.
You had to switch it up.
Easy enough to spot.
You had to switch up the lore bit on what's better than shredded cheese. But why be great when you can blend? We're still trying to work on it. It was a little strange that, you know, somebody I never seen in the chat before knew somebody else in the chat. And there's so few people in the chat.
You deserve a rest. Now that is heady. This must be the Drake's Mint.
Okay.
That just leaves the Skyworm.
Yeah, I didn't
Run like
really
the
understand
wind.
what I needed. Didn't realize what I was looking for. Some grass, pretty much. Wait, oh, it's the enemy I gotta kill. All good. 36. Or 34. Should be good.
All right.
Oh, that's right. We got
Let's get this over with.
we got Bahamut as a summon now. Yeah, I don't really like Bahamut's abilities. I'm kind of disappointed with them. At least, you know, obviously Mega Flare is awesome.
Thanks, boy.
And this is also pretty awesome. I am the Thunder Trophy. I have no idea what that's about. I guess it's probably about like using abilities. Man, it's been a while. I'm gonna get used to some of this fighting again. Can't believe how easy
Well done, Togo.
how easy you get out of practice. What the hell was that? Oh yeah, I forgot that he's with us. That's another good reason to do the side quest now. I think that's like the most amount of people we've had in our party.
Stop.
You hop on a random stream, speak some lore, other BS, and socialize with the locals. Perfect for missionaries.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Actually, I think that's it for this place. We don't have to walk back. Let's go to this one. Take care of all that. And then head back and turn some of those in. Oh, don't worry, Minutes. Cheese has been in the chat
It's not
for
going to be
quite a
easy finding
while.
one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen
He's
something.
been here for
bravely.
months, I think, at this
The
point.
safety of the town is in our hands now. We mustn't let Dalimil down.
You know, comes and goes. Not the map I was trying to do. Wrong map. Looks like everything seems to be in this direction except for this, but that's something else. But everything's inside the town, so no need to leave. did that already to expand the cheese continent. Don't exactly remember the details, but something about trading routes with guidelines.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Wasn't he in one of my Bayonetta prequel games? Yeah, probably. It does seem to ring a bell, yeah. Yeah, we did that a while ago.
Could be I know something more.
I think it was, what,
What's it
Cereza?
worth to you?
I like that game. That game was so nice.
Clive, listen. I found
Such a
someone who
unique
says he's
game
heard
with
the
a nice
rumours
art
about Nan.
direction.
Have you?
Go on.
I was actually thinking about
Tell
that
him what
game
you told me.
a couple days ago.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands,
Yeah,
the more
Cheshire.
war they'll wage.
Yeah.
And the more war being waged,
That one.
the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Delamil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
I can see how it's annoying. You have somebody always screaming Cheshire all the time. But at the point where I was playing that was my 4th Bayonetta game that I played. We did I played Bayonetta 1 and 2 because Bayonetta 3 was coming out, so I did Let's Plays of all 3. Actually, I've mentioned this a couple times on the stream, but I actually started this channel to do speed runs of Bayonetta 2, so I'm a fan of the Bayonetta games, so it kind of didn't bother me. Thought it was a cute little prequel.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
I'll keep him quiet, I guess. In fact, I declare not in the mere theocracy or scripture from the Divine Yellow Articles you wage war against Bayonetta. Oh. I'm gonna have to defend it then. That game's awesome. How can you hate it? It's like a Devil May Cry game. Nobody hates Devil May Cry. Literally made by the same people. Or I mean, one of the same people. And these shields are kind of annoying. Why? Oh, I just have to hold it. I was super confused. I was like, how do I get the numbers to go up? But I just have to wait. Why is he not dying? Dude had like no health. New Age Organs Bayonetta. Physical objects will not attack the ideas in the first place. These words pounding my skull, lifting my brain from the shackles and reasoning into the maddening circle of utter
I'd
contempt.
expect as much from Hugo's faithful.
I am through it. We attack at dawn,
men of the Fist.
21st of August, 2058.
Much has changed.
I'm
in the
sure I'll wake up
Republican
one
Army
day,
since they lost their rock.
30 years from now,
You've seen
and
this kind of
remember
thing
that
before
comment.
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more. And his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
You have one goal, the only goal that made me create this empire that's account my entire being, to be petty.
He was bound for Oriflamme.
I think that's what a lot of people make
Stars
their
in Northreach
internet
and see if
accounts
I can make
about,
up his trail.
being petty. And just starting shit, right? Yo, noob. Long time no see. This game's long, dude. That's like the first thing I said when I started the stream. I was like, man, I've been playing this game for months. But, you know, partially my fault for not really putting in the time. I don't really know, because this game doesn't really have an in-game timer. Let's see if I save it. Yeah, it just gives you the date that it's been saved. I'm sure there's playtime somewhere, but not in-game, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think part of me is kind of getting, I don't want to say sick of it, but kind of just like I want it to end. But I think that's because I'm dragging my feet with playing it.
What a mess.
And, you know, it's taking me forever because I'm not playing it every day. And I'm doing all the side quests.
You fought very bravely.
So I think those two things together. But I mean, I think if I was playing it every day, I mean, we'd be done like probably like 2 months ago or something. I mean, yeah, if we were playing this game every day, we would probably be done in 2 weeks.
Faster!
But since I'm not playing it every day, it's just been taking forever. I've had that feeling far too many times in newer games. These RPGs, man.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that's
You're tired of hearing the British accents? I like voice actors in this game. Must you declare? Must you be petty? Cheese? Or I should call you Blunder. For all the things I like.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen.
Yeah, that takes care of most of them. Oh, I guess that took care of all of them. Oh, of course, there's always more. I'll just take this guy out. We don't want him healing anybody. You just realized Fugo, the character in JoJo, wears a strange outfit for being 15. Yeah, Japan's kind of weird with stuff like that. Unfortunately. Yeah, let's get some health back in the meantime. I wish I didn't knock him away when we did that. I shouldn't have done that. I was trying to dash forward, but I was on the wrong icon. And we are not doing that much damage.
Too slow.
Have you played Baldur's Gate 3, noob? That game looks so interesting, and I've been watching some people. I'm not watching people play it because I kind of want to play it myself, but I just, you know, I heard all the hype around it. I, you know, checked out the trailers and all that, or, you know, whatever they put out, you know, to promote the game. And then I think I watched some Let's Plays of the first two games.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on.
Or at least
Tell
the
me
first
what I've
game,
done.
really, not the second game.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goots. Right now.
You've put 3 hours into it, but you already screwed up. You don't want to live with the consequences.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goot, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you
Wait,
think I wouldn't notice
is she
the two of you
blind in
slinking
that
off
eye?
together? Well, the
I
whole
think she
thing
might
got
be.
me thinking. Who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge?
I thought she just
And
had two different
a
colored
certain
eyes.
snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Gooch, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
Oh, he's finally showing some guts after being a coward the whole time.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect.
I guess that's the reason her eye's gone. Thought she was just being, just threatening him. Didn't realize she was actually gonna do it.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Is he gonna cry? I think I would have had my eye gouged out. Dude, I'd be in bad shape with one eye. I could see. I'm not blind. But losing an eye would be probably pretty bad for me. My eyesight's not perfect. I definitely need both of them. Okay. I thought I finished the one over here. What's this one about? It's very... Why'd this one just pop up? You feel like with a one eye you'd be able to see better? Definitely not.
There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man
Oh,
could be
if you
anywhere.
have 20/20 vision.
But there were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
I don't really know. I'll tell you what though, you'd lose your
They're
depth
just
perception.
gone.
I would.
You get a cool eye patch, yeah, that's for sure. You'll have a cool Halloween costume. Yeah, something tells me losing a body part is probably bad for you. No matter what it is. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to like losing, you know, the senses, I've thought about this. Like, which senses would I be okay with, like, you know, losing? And
You deserve a
eyesight
rest.
is the last that I would give up if I had to give up any of my senses.
What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not.
Only part you're willing to lose is the
I'm
pinky
looking
toe.
for someone who was sent here by
I don't know about that. I think that's pretty important.
Then you
I think
found
it's
him.
doesn't it like stabilize
I'm
you,
Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane.
or at
of
least help
Housewell.
stabilize you?
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time
It's
since last I
overrated.
saw my great aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
What about if you have an extra limb? I mean, if
They
it
look more like
works,
field
some people have
hands,
extra fingers.
It didn't matter in the end.
Maybe they get
I did
a
what I
stronger
could to help the
grip. I
victims, but
imagine
all it earned me was a pummel to the temple.
better
way do they
mountain
go?
climbers.
South, toward the gate.
But that's a pretty rare thing.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that. I don't think. I
Founder be your shield.
don't think the feeling sense is what I'd give up first. Right, I think it's hard. I mean, you know, because they're all pretty important. I know this might be an unpopular choice, but I think I'd get rid of taste. I think that's one of them, right?
They just couldn't resist, could they?
Right, because you got sight, smell, feel, taste, and hearing, right?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Yeah, that's the risk, right? That you're gonna eat some bad food, but you can visually see bad food. I mean, not all the time, but you can be on top of this, right? You could say, you know, I bought this. I mean, if something's poisoned, then you're screwed. But if you buy something and you're just like, I bought it, it's probably expired, I probably shouldn't eat it. You have to be like extra cautious, which might result in, you know, good food going to waste. But I mean, what's the alternative? I don't want to give up my hearing. I like listening to music. I like listening to stuff. I don't want to give that up. Definitely not eyesight. Smelling, I think, is underrated, but I mean, that smelling would probably be the second one to go. It's like a tie, probably. It might be the first, might be the second. Who knows? But I don't know. I feel like that one's pretty important. Oh, I've never seen that red lion. Can I not leave? Yeah, I've never seen that before. That's kind of strange. Maybe I just don't remember since it's taking me forever to finish this game. Yeah. That's the right choice. Keep all your senses. But you never know. I mean, it's just my head is kind of weird sometimes. I'll just be laying in bed and thinking about these weird scenarios that I hope never happen. But if they do happen, even if they did happen, it's not like you'd have a choice, right? It's not like some traumatic event happens to you and you're just like, pick which sense you want to lose. Kind of just happens.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
I think the reason I would give up taste, obviously it would suck because
This looks to be all
food is delicious and I like eating food. But if I no longer had the
I
sensation
thought I told you to make for the Vale.
or the craving
stand
to
by
eat,
as ill
you
might
know,
befall the heir
food
to the
that's probably
Duke of
not
Thread.
so good for me,
It's just
I'd probably
Clive,
lose a couple
and I'm
pounds.
fine.
And I'd be able to eat
Which is
much
more than can be
healthier.
said for you.
I will survive.
You're like, well,
Strange that the garrison wouldn't
right?
intervene in
Couldn't
such a
taste
brazen
meat
attack so close to their gates.
or vegetable. You just,
The
you know,
garrison have their hands full inside.
you would have no craving for it.
Some days they don't
Eventually, I
even send
mean,
out
you'd
patrols.
have to get over
There are
that.
few hands left
You'd have to
work the
forget how it
fields,
tastes.
and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant
Hey,
it.
thanks for coming to the stream,
They were
Blender.
probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue
Thanks,
your
Blender.
investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to being put in danger,
Uncle certainly has his work cut out for
touch,
him.
smell, and taste are probably, well,
If it isn't
actually,
already too
now that I
late.
think about it, maybe not.
I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
I mean, if you have no sensation of touch, every time I think about this, there's this. I think about this moment I had in, I think it was like middle school, where this guy came to our school, and if I remember correctly, he had no, I don't know, he had some disease. I forget what it was, but I think it resulted in him not being able to feel anything, and that guy was like, no. The one thing I remember is like I gotta check my body every day for cuts or sores or anything, because he's not gonna feel them, and if he doesn't notice it, could lead to, you know, something worse, obviously, right? And maybe he had to check for that kind of stuff because of his disease. Maybe if you just lose your feeling, you wouldn't have to do that all the time. Yeah, you know, I can't tell you how many times I look at my arm and I'm like, oh, I didn't even feel that. Oh, I guess that's what. I mean, to me, that happens a lot. I'll get like a cut, and I'm just like, I don't even remember where I got that, which is probably what they feel all the time. But there's sometimes I get some cuts that I need to, like, you know, do something about, and I do it because I feel it and it's painful.
I see you're still here.
Yep. How do you know if the water's the
The
correct
rest's
temperature? You
vacation
burn yourself.
affords a constant flow of
Like you said
traders
with the food, the tasting, you can eat poisonous
flow of
food.
information.
The smell, I didn't even think about it, but if you have a
Received
gas
word
leak,
from both my associates. They have resumed their
you're just chilling in the
investigations.
house with a gas leak, and then you just, you know, pass out. I'm getting sleepy, and you pass out, and you
They
die.
both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim
The smell one is really bad.
lightly. Storm is in crisis, and
You,
if we
you
are to
smell the
free her,
fire,
we must
or you can't
work
smell the fire smoke.
and we must work.
You know, put some
together.
thought into it.
Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
Yeah, Souls Edition life. Yep. Oh, that reminds me. I wonder when is that Elden Ring DLC gonna come out? I thought it was like projected to come out like at the end of the year, but I think that was just a guess. I think what, beginning of next year, end of this year, soon, right? Yep. All right, let's go turn these in. $2024 is your best bet? Well, I mean, if it's at the end of 2024, that's quite a few months away.
Oh, the moon.
Oh, that's right. The Game Awards are they're coming up. What are they like? I think it's like, what, December 7th?
Holidays lost its appetite. Can you blame
They might release a trailer.
as they are?
So,
Yeah, hopefully early
did you have that word
2024.
with Tomes then?
Or this year.
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
Honestly, if it was late 2024, I wouldn't even be mad. I would just be more excited. Because it it would just be that much more content.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about.
Once it comes out, you're buying it and replaying the base game and then the DLC. Yeah, we're gonna do the DLC for
And here we have it. Fried Mortress of Skyworm.
like starving. I don't need
Ivan's
food
offered to make sure it's
in
fit
front
for
of me.
consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honour than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
I'm not sure if I'm gonna replay the base game. Because I mean, we did the Let's Play on Elden Ring, and it's so damn long. It's like, oh, I think it's the longest Let's Play on the channel. It's almost 200 episodes.
So, not fit for consumption then.
I mean, I guess we could just stream it for fun,
Witchery is this. The
but I don't
crackle
know.
of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the Saint's Bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour
None
and
of your
sensation,
profiles are on the end game. Ah,
graceful
makes sense.
beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's definitely not going to take as much time to beat it because you know where to go and what to do. But yeah, it took you 8 hours. I imagine that's true, but like I feel like you just probably did like what you needed to beat it, right? You're like, I need to do this boss, I need to do this boss. And which, you know, that seems like a good way to beat it, but like, then when you do play the DLC, you don't have as many items as your first playthrough. That's like the one reason I don't want to, like, although, I mean, unless you're talking about beating it on New Game, oh, on New Game Plus, right, didn't see that. Yeah, so if you have all your items, you don't have to get them again. That's why I like Dark Souls 3 over Elden Ring. The game is just so big. I got so many things that I don't want to like replay the whole thing from scratch to do it all over again.
Protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
I still can't believe that she's blind in that eye. I thought she was like Yuna with the multicolored eye thing.
Let me tell you a story.
I just wanted to buy potions. I don't want a
Alright.
story.
Them rumours wet legs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer.
I'm surprised
Said
nobody
he'd give me
stabbed her in the
access
back.
to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He were true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the Hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have me to answer to.
Looks like there's more than just the two of us minutes. Welcome back, noob.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
Okay, let's see. Do I need any potions? That's pretty much what I wonder why she told me that story. I wasn't really paying attention to what her dialogue was. Let's see, anything else for us to do? Looks like we finished all the side quests except for the one that's in that area. Let's get rid of these dots.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into Tyre?
Somebody give us something and I wasn't paying attention. Continental sensor. I don't remember getting this. I guess I wasn't paying attention. An ornate brass center from beyond the outer seas, gifted to Clive by Sharon for his assistance in clearing her name, according to the cankerous shopkeeper, or shopkeep, when packed with herbs and ambergris. Isn't that like whale fat? And left to smolder, the fragrant smoke produced can ward off everything from insects to the plague. Protect the home from thieves and demons, and heal any number of ailments, all while bringing love and fortune. Yeah, I think that's whale fat, and what they use that in perfume as well. I think. Man, you start to look into things and you find out like what things are made of, and you're just like, first of all, you're disgusted, and then second of all, you're just like, who would have thought to make that out of that?
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Anything catch your eye?
Another side. Oh, that's the one.
Think you can help?
That's the one on our list.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Let's see what our free item is. Oh, it looks like we just have... Oh, damn. I mean, that's a lot of items, but those ability points, I'll take them. I don't know how somebody can give me
Best of
ability
luck out
points
there,
as a
Sid.
gift, but whatever. I'll take them. How many ability points do I have, actually? $2,600. Is there anything? I thought I was saving for something. Oh, this right here, Giga Flare. Oh no, we got this. This is an upgrade. No, I think I might have gotten what I was saving up for. I'm not really in the mood of looking at that right now. So let's just save what we have. And let's head over here. Continue with that. Alright, after like an hour and a half doing those side quests, we can actually start the main story. That might be one of the reasons, noob, this game is just taking me forever. I'll do a 3-hour stream every once in a while. Half of it's spent on side quests. And we do one part of the main story. And we're back to side quests. And I mean, the side quests are kind of, some of them are more interesting than others, but I want to do them because they disappear, from what I think. It seems that they disappear. And we have been getting some pretty good items. And
assuming they will allow it,
stuff.
The Echoes have a will of their own.
No, not these guys. These guys are no joke. At least some of them are not. I remember getting hit pretty... Maybe they just hit pretty hard. I remember doing quite a bit of damage, actually. They do give a lot of experience. For not that many. That's interesting. How are you supposed to get there? Got a special enemy that I've not seen.
Good girl.
I mean, I know the enemy. It's a very common Final Fantasy enemy.
Faster.
Forget the name. It's like Corel or something. It was a pain in Final Fantasy X because it would petrify you. I love that you can just attack with the
Straight
chocobo.
home now.
Yeah, these guys, I don't know, maybe I was thinking of some other enemies that were kind of like this. Those kind of white shape, or, white colored enemies. Those guys are not too bad. Now let's hit him with the Giga, or with the Mega Flare.
That was careless.
Any other enemies? Yeah. A little bit overkill, but it's fine. Don't have to deal with him anymore. Apparently they're remaking Final Fantasy VII. What are you
She's
talking about?
strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade.
They're in the process of
Much like
remaking
Clive,
Final Fantasy
but
VII.
with better manners.
They haven't finished yet. They're starting another remake of it. Are you talking about the one that comes out in February?
Stay down.
If you're talking about the one that comes out in February, that's just part 2. I think that's the first time I've ever carried a bird. Yeah, I think there's one that's coming out on. I think a couple years ago there was the Final Fantasy VII remake, which when it came out, people were just like, and I mean you're not. It's not uncommon for you to think that, because they shouldn't have called it the Final Fantasy VII Remake. They should have at least put Part 1 in there so people are not confused. But they didn't do that, which I think they should have done. And when the game came out, I think when it came out, people, they mentioned it, but if you just looked at the title and the box art, you wouldn't know that it was just Part 1. So eventually they said how many parts it was going to be. It's going to be 3 parts. Second part is coming out in February of 2024. And it's actually going to be 2 discs, which is crazy.
Bill. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps? Oh, no need to say if you'd rather not. We all have our reasons. Ain't exactly feeling like sharing with strangers myself at the mo. Truth be told, I could do with a bit of inspiration. Don't know which way to turn no more. Was doing a roaring trade back in Oriflamme, right up until the poor Drake lost her noggin. So, thought I'd try me luck in the desert. And the Fang went the same way. And don't get me started on the mess in the bloomin' Dominion. Suppose I could try Camber next. But knowing my luck, the old place be crawling with the works before I'd even sat out me stall. But as I always say, where there's crisis, there's opportunity. The opportunity to mint Gil, that is. So, where to next? Is there any money to be made in Ash? Do orcs even carry Gil?
Okay, this guy's just rambling. I thought he had something important to say. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm super excited for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Part 2. I liked Part 1. Here's our final side quest. Ain't looking so good. Why are you giving us a task? Looks like you're gonna die any minute.
What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
I'll go.
Accepting a side quest.
Catch your breath.
Oh, I thought he died.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track.
Well, at least it's in the same direction.
Reach. Tabor. Forgive me, Lord Kuka.
Rest well, soldier.
Did he die? It's hard to tell. Mature game. It could be a little more graphic. So, Noob, which game do you think is going to win Game of the Year?
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Okay, cool. On the way. Far enough for the chocobo. No need to walk, I suppose.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Oh, I guess that was much closer than I thought. Alright, let's start with this. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, for me, it's hard to say because I've played pretty much none of the games on the list, except for Tears of the Kingdom, and I didn't even finish. Should have been Armored Core. Some people said it should have been Final Fantasy VI. Or Final Fantasy 16, not 6. Damn, I don't know why that's in my head. I'd love a remake of Final Fantasy VI. That'd be great. Yeah, I didn't play Armored Core. The game looks cool, but I just feel like I would never. To me, mech battles always felt kind of wonky. Honestly, I'm kind of. I mean, I don't want to throw any shade at the Resident Evil, but
Please,
I'm like shocked that that a remake is on the Game of the Year list. I mean, maybe it's controversial, but I don't really think remake should be on that list. Oh, the game looks cool. I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that. It's hard to say.
The fighting.
This is what I think. They do so many freaking remakes all the time nowadays.
One of your brothers in arms told me what
Make
happened
a
in
separate
Arthel.
category for remakes.
Survivor. Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
Somebody agrees. Cool. We got some people agreeing. RE4. I don't think they should win.
Right to send you.
I'm not talking about that. I'm trying to see if they deserve to even be on the list.
No longer my brothers.
And I don't really think they do.
Thanks to you. Here, you've earned it.
At least for Game of the Year. Lack of creativity. I mean, I heard. Let's see. Spider-Man 2 is just a sequel. Tears of the Kingdom. It's a great game, but it's just a sequel. Alan Wake 2, also another sequel. I mean, Mario's Mario. I think I haven't played the game, but I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win.
You must have
From what I heard
confused
about
with
that
someone
game.
else.
Lies of P is just a from soft rehash.
That scar. Son of a whore. You're Sid.
Yeah, definitely best remake of the
When
year.
you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
We saved him just to kill him.
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
I like how he had no confidence in winning. He said, if you're not going to kill me, then leave. He didn't even think he was going to win. He was just going to throw his life away for no reason. It's the only original game. I don't even think it's an original game, right? I mean, every game on the list has a prequel. What, you got RE4, which is a remake. Spider-Man 2, sequel. Alan Wake 2, sequel. Tears of the Kingdom, sequel. Baldur's Gate 3. Got 3 in the name. There's a Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. But they're like... I looked into them. I think Baldur's Gate 2 came out like early 2000s. So it's been a while. And it's probably a much different game, but it is pretty much called... It's a third in the franchise. I mean, you can't really say Mario Wonder is it's not a sequel, but man, they've been making Mario games forever. So there's like nothing new on there. But I don't think that disqualifies you to be on that list. But I mean, even if like you make that a requirement where like the game has, or even if you, I mean, I can't even think of any games that are like brand new that came out this year. You guys mentioned Lies of P. I mean, I guess that's, I mean, it's, you know, took a lot of inspiration from Bloodborne, but it is technically a new franchise, new game. Doesn't have any prequels. Oh, nice, level up. I mean, Starfield, you know, the funny thing about Starfield is, I mean, I didn't play it, so, but it pretty much got shafted in pretty much all the categories, and people are mad. Just like Game of the Year is.
Have you been to Tabor before?
They're screwing Xbox over, and they're being a PlayStation fanboy, and I'm just like, dude, the ink isn't even wet on the contract yet. Xbox just acquired Bethesda. It had nothing to do with Starfield. They just now own them.
Where now, Joshua?
Right? It's like,
there is a residence just inside the city.
it's just, to me, it's so funny that people are mad about Starfield and like Xbox being snubbed when Xbox has only owned Bethesda for like a month or two. Yeah, it's pretty much the same game, Bloodborne, Sekiro, and Dark Souls, but it technically is a new game. Not a like it doesn't have a it's not a part 2 or something. Although that's, I mean, I didn't play it. Maybe it's way similar from what you're saying. It seems very similar to the Souls series. Isn't that that lady who was taking care of our brother?
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Oh yeah, that is her.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
They even have a swamp level.
Rise.
It's not a Souls game without a swamp level. They literally played all the Miyazaki games, smoked a bunch of weed, and said this with Pinocchio. I still can't believe that Pinocchio's involved in that game.
Tell us what you've discovered.
Wild.
Your Grace, it is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloeda Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
You rage quit. At the second to last boss, is that actually hard? I think if I were gonna play a Souls game, I'd finish up the Miyazaki games, at least the main ones, and play Demon Souls.
Run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Game is hard. Well, that's good. I love me a challenge.
Distinguished members of the council.
Who the hell are these guys?
You must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
I recognize the guy on the left. That's Odin.
What is the meaning of this?
I think I've seen that other guy in white.
Crowded, but I fear it will have to serve.
Oh, is that Ultima? It's kind of pretending to be someone else.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic. He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
When they buff some of the
Your
weapons,
Majesty,
damn.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would
It
swear
actually
that the
was
fiends washing
ridiculously
the colours
hard.
of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed.
I have really no reason not to try it since it's
So
on
you
Game
do
Pass.
not deny it. Guards, fetter them and see our guests to the dungeons.
That's freaking Odin. It's so funny that they think they can win against him. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool sword.
Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation.
Oh damn, he even killed the people at the desks with that swing?
The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
That's good minutes. I'm glad that story's making more sense for you. But you know, like I said, it's JoJo. So it's bound to not make sense pretty soon. Oh, they screwed up the parry system in that game? Is it required like Sekiro? 'Cause until Sekiro, I didn't parry that much.
Waloed been under Ultima's
But
control?
it's definitely easier in Sekiro to
How
parry.
long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to start any games until I finish. I want to finish this, and then I want to finish Tears of the Kingdom. Then maybe after that. I mean, there's obviously other games that I started, but I wouldn't be against starting something after that.
Phoenix Gate.
But beating these two
Drake's
games
Breath, and
kind
now
of takes
here.
priority.
But what is it?
It is old.
And if I do pick a game,
ancient, even.
it's not going to be an
What remains of the
RPG.
faith it
As
represents,
much as I want it to be
save what can be
Baldur's
gleaned
Gate.
From the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant. Even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, That I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The Icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote,
You can dodge.
my
Okay, that's
brother
good.
To the Free Cities.
That only benefits
Whilst we
fast
are afield,
weapons.
I would have you watch over those Clive has made his
With
wards.
slow weapons, you can't even get the hidden.
Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
But if Terraria? What do you mean by that, minutes?
farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Baldur's Gate is very chill until you choose the wrong option. That just seems like good content. Good content for the stream. Dude, I was watching some gameplay of this game yesterday.
Let's find our friends.
It was, I mean, it was a short game. Like, the person beat it in like, I don't know, 50 minutes or something. But I was like, when I saw the video pop up on my feed, I was like, they made that game? So, I mean, I'm not sure if you guys know who Alex Jones is, but they made an Alex, I don't know if he made it or somebody else made it as a goof, but they made an Alex Jones game, and it is so funny to watch. I'm sure it's fun to play too, but it's hilarious.
Here, take a look at my wares.
Oh, what will I choose for the next game? Oh, I have a couple ideas on that.
Of course.
There's this game that I've been looking at. I think it's a short game. And it's like an indie game, right? I think it's kind of like a I'll put the name of the game in the chat. And I think it's like a 10-hour game. We can beat it quick. I think it's kind of like a Resident Evil type game, I think. But it's like Sprite. It's like a Sprite kind of game. This is the game. Right there. I've been thinking about doing that. But I'm not sure. It's something short that we can do. I mean, we could always do Mario Wonder. Another game I want to play. Looks like we have 2 side quests. Of course, man, they're loading us up with these side quests. Yeah, it's a horror game. It's got good reviews. I mean, the artwork looks cool. I just saw it on Steam and it popped up. Yes, I think it's what, Signalis. Yeah, it's a short game. Be perfect. And it's a horror game. People have been asking me to play some of the Resident Evil games. That might be a good, jumping off point. We can play that and then maybe go into, I don't know, some Resident Evil game, but I don't know. Hey, thanks for coming to the stream, Minutes. Have a good night. Alright, let's take care of these two side
beckons.
quests.
Who among you is bold? Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Korava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast, now that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
Yeah, sure thing. Man, wait a minute, but you're not giving me any money for this quest.
All right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Jeez.
Of course you will. When one lives in such troubled times, it is a fool who lets opportunity slip his grasp. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovani, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Korava. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
Okay, let's go accept the other one and get on this. I don't want to spend too much time with this. Not like I have much of a choice. Where the hell's that one? Ooh. Part of the main quest. Hopefully it doesn't screw me over.
Cyril, how fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
This guy looks like he's,
I see.
He'd fit pretty well in
You
an
have
Assassin's
your
Creed
associates, I have
game.
mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token.
Phoenix Down.
For as long as you bear it, members of our order
Clever
will
name.
reveal themselves unto you.
Especially since, as a little reference, since there is no Phoenix
You are
Down in
dismissed.
this game.
Your Grace.
At least none that I've seen.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah, I guess really there's no reason to, because the people that are in your party can't die. At least I don't think they can.
You certainly
I've
keep straight
never
bedfellows,
noticed
Joshua.
any of them die.
Careful how you pack that leather.
And you know, when we die, the fight's over, so no Phoenix Down for them to use. Which I don't really like.
No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university,
I miss my dedicated
students
party.
would
hang on my
I
every
hate being
word.
solo all the time.
Sadly,
It's
this
depressing.
far from home, I'm just a vagrant greybeard.
Even when there are people in my party, I feel
University.
alone in this game.
You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures, the most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead? You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
Climb the stairs.
Well, at least this guy means it.
And
Actually gonna pay me
memorize
something.
a few inscriptions for me, assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones dotted about the village. 3 of them, to be precise. 1 each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Okay, let's get these over with. I mean, oh, jeez. I mean, if these people were not giving us renowned, it'd almost be completely pointless to do these quests. Because
Careful how you pack that leather. Any
apparently, you know, some people are telling me in the chat that there's a level cap in this game, and it's 50. And we're at like level 37, so it's not like we need them. I mean, obviously that's quite a few levels still, and we're probably not going to max out unless this game is, unless we're like halfway done with the game for some reason.
Yes.
And the other thing they give you is money, which I don't really spend.
How are those new boots treating you?
They're fantastic. Soft as Phoenix down. But
I mean,
tough
there's
as boiled
music rolls for us to buy, but and those are expensive. There's no way I could buy everyone I come across. I just don't buy any. And this is going to be a pain to
These
find.
stones to Canva and the rest of the boxes to Garmin.
Maybe it'll be easier once I find the first one. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Oh, I guess there's directions. I guess let's start with that. Southern stone, northern stone, eastern.
Here's the scraps you were after.
Okay. There's no compass. Don't know what north is. Is this the stone? I don't think so. This is kind of just our travel point.
Well, this isn't at all foreboding.
Unless that's what he wanted us to look at. No. Southern stone inscription. Yo, lightning shot. Welcome to the stream. We're getting the Genji equipment. Does this game have Genji armor? Wouldn't be too surprising. since most Final Fantasies have it. Okay, so that's too far. Where the hell are these stupid stones? Maybe they're not on the ground level. Oh, this must be one of them. Okay, cool. Now we know what we're looking for. Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall the noble past, and make these rocks a home.
What Golden Plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Okay, so there we know. Now we know. They're right in my face the whole time. Might have even walked by the top one up there. Oh, Final Fantasy VII, are you talking about the one for your phone? Lightning Shot? That Final Fantasy VII kind of remaster they did for the phone? Yo, Kate, or Kat, welcome to the stream. Welcome, everybody. Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promise, blessing, and give her praise her gracious hand.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
And now the last one up there. Let's just jump off.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches will
Oh, Christ! Oh, Crisis Core. Okay. Yeah, we kind of just when I did a Let's Play that, I didn't. I just burned through that game. There's so many side things to do. I mean, that game could have taken us forever. But I just kind of did the story, and that was the end of it. Maybe some side things here and there, but very, very few. Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood till it ends the mother's labor.
No,
Have I
history
voted
would be
for Game of the
complete without
Year?
mention of the mother crystals.
I didn't even know you
I
could
should speak
vote.
to the old scholar.
Do they even take that
before I
into
forget
account?
everything I've read.
Or do they just say, this is what the fans think? But it doesn't actually count for anything. I mean, me voting would be pointless, because I haven't played any of the games on the list. Except for Tears of the Kingdom, which I didn't finish.
The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, what that I could have seen them for myself.
Oh, it's 30% of accounts?
Tease
Oh,
me now.
I didn't know
What
that.
did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What
I can
did it
vote
say?
based on hype and what people have said about the games. And, I mean, if I were to pick any game, it'd be Baldur's Gate 3. But that's based on what people have said about it. People are enjoying it. The game looks cool. The trailers seem pretty fun. I will play it eventually. And I kind of don't really like all the other options. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is cool, but it's just Breath of the Wild. Mario Wonder looks fun. I'll play it eventually, but it's just the 2D Mario game, so it is what it is. Spider-Man 2, I don't like superhero stuff, so I would never vote for that game anyways. Alan Wake 2, never played the first one, have no idea what that game is about, but I think it's made by the people who made the game Control. That game was pretty interesting, so I imagine this game is pretty weird and twisted too. And then I think, is there another one that I'm forgetting? Oh yeah, I sure hope Spider-Man doesn't win.
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder?
Resident Evil 4, that was the last one.
The engraving to the north.
I don't think that should win either.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks.
Oh yeah, Remedy. Yep.
Or
I definitely want to.
I think that was it.
I definitely want to do a let's play of Control.
Right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs and
I got pretty far in that game, and then I
could
put it down for some reason. But it's such a cool
This
game.
is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
I just don't think it should be a Game of Year contender because it's a remake. That's about it. Children of the Hunters. I think it's Tillers of the Land, if I'm not mistaken.
Children of the Hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Oh, you can vote for Final Fantasy 16 in other categories.
Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
Yeah, I agree, Kat. I'll be happy if Spider-Man 2 and RE4 don't win. As long as those 2 games don't win, I'll be happy with pretty much any choice. Armored Core got snubbed. You would think that a mech game would be more popular. But it's kind of a niche game, to be honest. Wait a minute, where is this on the map? Oh, it's kind of in a place we haven't been. Well, we can teleport back and forth with these crystals, so not too bad. You hate Spider-Man 2 for how mediocre it is?
The bandits may be.
Sony games have always been mediocre. You don't like any other games. They're just as much
Mummy?
interactivity as a movie. I feel you on that.
The gentleman of the town guard.
That's kind of what's been kind of I mean, I'm enjoying myself with Final Fantasy 16, but man, there's so much just like cutscenes and dialogue. It's a little much.
Good girl.
But it's different when you're talking about this game and you're talking about other Sony I guess Sony doesn't own this, but pretty much Sony properties. You expect cutscenes and dialogue with the Final Fantasy game. You don't expect that with Spider-Man. At least I would. And from someone who's never played it.
All right.
It's your 8th playthrough of Arkham Asylum. Hey, that game was pretty good. But I feel you, if you just keep remaking that same kind of play style, it gets annoying. Kind of just like, Assassin's Creed. I'm sure the games are good, but after a while, it kind of gets a little dull. Wonder if it's this way or the other way. You've played all the Arkham games at least 4 times? No, I don't think I've finished all 3 of the Arkham games. I think there's 3, right? At least 3 main ones. I think there's some spin-offs here and there, right? Or some prequels or whatever.
Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
You ever liked the Assassin's Creed games? Some of them are good. I mean, I guess I can't say that. I've only played the second one. It was alright. And we got hit. Alright, staggered. Hopefully that kills him. Let's give him a break. That'll give us some good damage. Nope, thought we could finish him while he was still staggered. I guess not. Well, it's nice to have help from two different people and Torgal. Oh, there's 4 main Arkham games. What is it? Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knights. Those are the only 3 I know. Those, when I said the main 3, those were the ones I thought in my head.
The sooner it's off my
What's
hands,
the
the
4th?
better.
Isn't there a game called like Arkham Origins or something? Well, at least that one was pretty quick. That side quest. You've played the Arkham City like 18 times. Damn. Yeah, I remember. I forget which. I mean, it's been a long time since I played those games, but when I played them, I remember having
Here's your hide,
a great.
as requested.
Even though I've said I don't like superhero movies and like games and all that, but man, Batman is special. There's just something about Batman, right? He don't got no superpowers. He's just a dude in a costume, right?
As supple as
And he's
a
just so
maiden's
badass.
cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch.
Arkham Origins,
As
right?
my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
What did he give us? He didn't give us any money. I mean, we got some hide, so I guess that's cool. Alright. I think that's it with the side quest. Let's continue on.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
Let's keep going. No chocobo?
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Yeah, she would. I mean, look at all these people with chocobos. Why can't I have a chocobo? It's not fair. There we go. I feel like we're getting close to the end of this game. There's gotta be, like, less than 10 hours left.
Orcs.
And then I think with Tears of the Kingdom, there's like another 5 hours left. It'll be nice to actually finish some games. I haven't finished a game in a long time. You played Arkham City on the PS3, 4, 5, Wii U, Xbox Series X.
Smoke.
City was the best. Didn't those games come out for the Switch? You gonna play them on the Switch? Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't mention, PC or something. Yeah, those games,
The free men are
they're probably
still
going to be
holding
really
their
cool
own,
on the
though.
Switch. It's going to be nice to have those portable.
Do we have any idea where Gavin?
And they should run pretty well and
There's
not
a
look too
warehouse near
bad.
the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble.
Hey, thanks for coming to the stream, noob. Have a good
Should
night.
hurry.
they're also like remastering those old Tomb Raider games. Another side quest. You gotta be kidding me. That might be pretty interesting. Dude, all these freaking side quests. How many side quests are you gonna give me, game? Let's go to the hideaway for a minute. Let's check these things out.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
You played
look at the list,
Asylum,
do you?
City, and Origins on Steam. You bought Night, but your laptop couldn't handle it.
Here you go.
So let's see. This one is just 45 renown. This one's got some money. This is Martha. Quentin. And Eloise. Quite a bit of money, quite a bit of renown.
Always something in there.
Back again? What is it that you wish to learn?
Yeah, those would
Thus ends today's lesson.
those would be a fun couple games to do as a let's play. But I keep saying that there's just too many games. I mean, just off the top of my head that I want to do, you got the BioShock series, you got the Tomb Raider series, Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, Batman.
Did you see the pet that got
And
pulled into time?
that's like 20 games right there. Of Fallout. I'm sure there's others. On our own terms. I regret that both you and the lump had to get tangled up in the wicked weave of my sordid past, but thanks to your meddling, I was finally able to put to rest matters that were left too long to fester. And with that finally done, might be I can sit back and enjoy this new world of yours you're so keen on creating. One don't need a pair of eyes to see the good you've done. Duty. Oh, it's Yote. Lord Marquis, in your absence, shall I watch over my new charges, affording them every protection I am able. I only ask that you do the same for his grace. You just bought Dark Souls 1 on your Xbox? Nice, nice. Have you not played it before? I think that game is awesome. Game's like a masterpiece. I still think it's kind of wild just calling it a masterpiece considering how many times I picked up that game and put it down. Just to think that if I never got past that hump
Can you blame
and
them?
decided
With
to
the
just say I'm
scars
going
as
to
they
beat this
are?
game, I never would have played, Dark Souls 3, Sekiro, Bloodborne. Yes, and Dark Souls 2. It's okay. It's not the best game, but it's alright. I look awesome. Why, thank you, Lightning Shot. Or maybe you just mean Clive, right? Alright, let's give it a quick save. You beat it and got the platinum on Dark Souls 1 on your PlayStation. You just want to do a new playthrough on Xbox. And that'd be fun, after doing all the Let's Plays for the Soul series, going back and getting platinums on them. That'd be fun. Definitely want to get the Demon Souls at some point, though. that'll be the end of the Dark Souls games. At least, you know, I'm sure they've made other ones in the past, but pretty much the main Souls games. Alright, I think with that, I'm going to call it a night. I wasn't on last week because, you know, I've been doing some work on my car. And I was like under the car, you know, doing some work. And I got something in my eye. And I swear to you, man, it took like a week to get it out. I mean, I didn't even do anything. It just kind of, I guess eventually after that long, it just goes away on its own. I mean, I just had, you know, just washing my eyes out, you know, putting in eye drops, and I was just like, I want to take it easy and avoid looking at the screen as much as I can. And man, I was so pissed off because like this is not the first time that's happened to me. So I was prepared. I was like, I put safety glasses on because I knew like just stuff kind of just falls on your head, like little dust particles and all that. You know, any small rust spots, you know, stuff like that. You get a little. It's just super annoying. And didn't even help. I had the glasses on, still got it in my eye. So pissed off. You got the platinum in every Souls game except for Demon Souls. Damn. I've never been one to platinum anything. I think I have one platinum. And that's Final Fantasy 15. And I don't even know why I got that one. Alright, but thanks everybody for coming to the stream. Hopefully if everything goes well, we should be back on tomorrow. Unless something unforeseen comes up. But that's the plan. I want to get this game. I want to finish this game and move on. I want to see the end. I want to beat Tears of the Kingdom, and I want to see that end, and I want to move on. You get platinum on games you love. Yeah, I've been thinking about that more and more. But, you know, you kind of have to sacrifice playing new games to do that. That's the issue. You spend the extra time getting platinums. You spend less time playing other games. Alright, yep. See you, everybody. Have a good night.